Hi, Pyro. And the webcam comes on. That's right. I was just gonna say something stupid like, you don't know me, but then I gotta remember, you don't know me. And I'm not gonna lay out a long sob story, but I wish I could actually familiarize myself, or yourself, with me, with my backstory. Because while I wasn't a big tough guy, I've ran a lot of wild scenes. I've seen a lot of things. I've been involved with people who are in gangs. I know them. They knew me. There was no escaping them. And on the other side, I have a family that has a history in law enforcement. And I've been a security guard. I was taught in proactive thinking, in criminal prevention. So it's not like I really know all these things, or all this, or all that, and I'm all this and all that. But I did take a class, and I generally think I have some idea of what I'm talking about. At least a little bit. From both one life experience and another. In any case, the point is that when I'm talking about this, I'm not trolling. And you can call me racist if you want to. I don't really care about racism. I don't care for it, and I don't care about it. You'll find I'm a small government cultural conservative. That means I don't give a damn about race law. I detest it. And I don't care who calls me a racist, a homophobe, or a friggin' sexist, except for the fact that it pigeonholes me and stereotypes me into positions that are typical for people who do endorse those kind of things, and I don't. In some ways, my small government views do go against what would seem to be the fight against progressiveness, and all the other cultural cliche terms, diversity, tolerance, inclusion. No, sometimes I value exclusivity, discriminating tastes. And is that discrimination? Yes, it's discrimination without ignoring social justice, or having a different definition of social justice than the new left. So you'll excuse me if I have a problem with 1964 and the frigging Soviet socialist frigging civil rights movement. Yeah, I said it. But on the other hand, I'm also a frigging economic progressive. So, like I said, I do have a different view of social justice. And in that sense, I'm very left of center. I don't consider myself a Marxist. I don't like communism, or socialism, or Marxism. But I'm not so sure what my views are. Could be considered something very close. It's very it's very Venus initiative and things like that. It's very futurist. So there is where I'm progressive. But that, you could say my progressivism goes from the 30s, 1930 to friggin' 63. Because when it went from the high frontier to the friggin' Great Society, the Great Society went, I ain't that kind of meathead. Now let's talk about Trayvon and little Trey. Oh, poor little Trey. Poor little Trey had a bad day. I don't give a fuck if he's dead. I really don't. You know why? Because people die all the time. People die of freaking crimes. Crimes are when people die from violence that wasn't legal. Now, I don't think killing somebody just because they're walking down the street is justified. But on the other hand, if somebody brought it upon themselves, just like that comment, I should find that freaking comment, because I just want to include it in this video. I'm sorry I didn't freaking put this up. I didn't see you put up this damn video. Freaking Zimmergate, Kira's trolling. You better bet I'm not trolling, buddy. Freaking, there's something else to that. And that's just a whole nother freaking philosophy. And it ain't Charles Bronson, and it ain't freaking Clint Eastwood, and it ain't Arnold, but it's sure something about frigging gun rights. You could bet that right now. And it's the right to frigging be an individual and frigging protect yourself without having to live in a nanny state in a frigging lease rent world where you are a leased citizen. You're not even an owner. You don't own yourself. You don't own your property. You frigging have to flee. This is a challenge. This is also about the gun laws. I'm not going to look up that comment. Well, wait. Maybe if I can find it really quick. But, shoot, I got to find your last video and stuff and read it again. Let's see. Maybe I'll just play your video, and see what you said it and stuff. So I'll just play it for the audio. Wait.
Russ, you wrote this
okay.
Comment. I really don't appreciate it.
Troll comment my ass.
Trey's heads out to hit up the 7-Eleven because he needs an excuse to get out of the house so he can go burglarizing.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
And he's bragging.
I want to put the microphone up so everybody can hear.
Russ, you wrote this troll comment. I really don't appreciate it. Here's how I saw it. Trey's heads out to hit up the 7-Eleven because he needs an excuse to get out of the house so he can go burglarizing. And he's bragging to his friends, but also telling them he's going on an expedition so he can fence off his stuff for trade money or pot. So poor innocent little Trey is wandering around, casing out for an open window in the rain, and Zimmerman spots some familiar behavior with everyone getting robbed blind by these hoodie youths. Trey busted, goes mad dog, and got shot. So I think you're trolling, but see...
Okay, no, I'm not trolling. Be quiet. No. Okay, there. Now, true, I hope everybody heard that. I probably could have worded that just a little bit better. But, after you're friggin' scoffing and friggin' going on about friggin', oh yeah, Zimmerman did that and that, it rubs a little raw. And you know why it rubs a little raw? Because I've seen it, both on the inside and as the victim. And I tell you, I get a little sick of hearing about, well, no, that's not fair either, because I do have views that run contrary to victims' aggression, victim revenge, but I have a lot of views that are victim rights and proactive victim rights. And frankly, what I was responding to was the comments you were reading in your video when you were scoffing and mocking along and talking about frigging something about Dewada Man said or something, because I noticed you've been getting a lot of back and forth there. But you were talking about frigging, reading this like, I don't know, you just said all this stuff in the video before this, and it was like, and you could not see a thing where poor Trey might have actually been guilty of anything. Oh, you were reading Dewada Man, and it was something about going to the 7-Eleven and people standing around, and then ditching the thing, and ditching the weapon, and then coming back, and you couldn't understand why he didn't have a weapon. See, that's why I answered it like that. Excuse me. Damn it. So much for ruining my dramatic point. That's why I answered it like that, because you only have 500 spaces or characters to work with and stuff. Unless you want to leave page or comment after comment after comment linked. But basically, I was trying to put it in there to say why, more realistically than even Dewada Man or you were going on about why somebody wouldn't be armed, why somebody would want to look innocent, and why somebody would freaking be robbing. And let's get into freaking blacks for a minute. Oh, you're being racist. Yeah, I am. because I'm not being unobjectively biased. Because there's a situation with black youth and freaking civil disobedience, and then there's just freaking the black counterculture that's like fuck whitey. And you can find it in the music, and you can find it in everything else, and you can find it in generally everything. It goes back to Civil War times. I had an argument with one girl I was talking to online that I'm sub to, that we got talking about friggin' how in the Civil War they used to stick friggin' pins in friggin' babies' heads because they were friggin' being held as slaves, and how that was right. That shit blew up. I'm a freaking uniculturalist, I believe in a unicultural, multi-ethnic state. I don't like freaking multiculturalism. And if this is bigoted or racist or anything, then I just think that the friggin' newspeak needs to be taken back a notch. Because it's fucking totally ridiculous and stuff. And if I'm supposed to be afraid of something, yeah, I'm afraid of friggin' bullshit being taken for fucking roses and flowery friggin' bouquets. Because it's total crap. Zimmerman should have walked away. Why should he have walked away? Because it pretty much looks like it was a justifiable shoot, to my opinion. But because of political expediency, because of the million-man Tray hoodie march, and all the friggin' Reverend Al Sharptons and all the other bullshit that's disrupting our friggin' social democracy, not social democracy, our democracy, our democratic republic, friggin' that there is no more civil society. So excuse me if, yes, I am a little pissed off about it, and the friggin' neo-Marxist bullshit. Finally, somebody said it and stuff. Well, these friggin' people are robbing everyone else blind, victimizing people and stuff. All the other people come out and go, oh, but it's the poor people. He was so innocent. He was 12. But we're going to pretend he was 17. And he was just walking down the street. And you don't really know if he really was innocent or not. I mean, we've gone through all this, and we really don't know what was on these people's minds. And when you want to talk logically, yes, I agree. I agree with all that. And it will be handled in court. But there's not a thing that doesn't say that because of friggin' social pressures and all this friggin', the hoodie marches and stuff and all the portray things, that there won't be friggin' unjust friggin' pressure put on him because of social expediency to get him an unlawful friggin' sentence when he was probably doing the right thing, maybe. See, that's what I'm pissed off about. And I can tell you from friggin' being a victim that, it's sickening. It's sickening to friggin' find people friggin' putting their friggin' fist under your nose. It's sickening to friggin' walk down the street and have people friggin' punking at you. It's sickening to friggin' see people getting robbed. It's fucking entropy on the worst level. It's societal collapse. And everybody wonders why they're in a circle of violence. They're in a circle of violence because they're being enabled. And it's being enabled just like it is friggin' when they had that friggin' the friggin' Vibe Awards or the friggin' Black Culture Day where everybody's got to all the black kids got to come down from LA and friggin' come into friggin' Cal Expo and friggin' bash cars and friggin' knock mirrors off and stuff and riot and do the thing, Fuck the thing. And fuck this multicultural state when we need a more just friggin' unicultural, multi-ethnic, friggin' clear idea of our society and stuff. And that's what pisses me off. And I'm kicking some dead kid. Friggin', well, maybe friggin' he wouldn't have been dead if he hadn't been listening to the crap and somebody else had enabled it. How about thinking that for once? Or something else. Oh, no, now you're just being a conservative stooge. Working for the millionaires and stuff that really don't give a damn about everyone. Well, I'm a social friggin' progressive. I mean, I'm a No, I'm social conservative, but I mean, I'm an economic progressive. Yeah, I can agree with that, but I can still separate those issues and stuff. So don't tell me I'm a troll. Don't tell me I'm a freaking racist. Don't tell me freaking any of that bullshit. All you have to do is just ask me, and I'll be more than happy to tell you exactly what I think. Because I've been there, I've done that, and I freaking fought that. And I fought it for myself, and then I started fighting it for others. And no, I'm not Batman. But it is. It's almost like fucking set tripping. With this bullshit that goes on. The fucking war of friggin' attrition. Little pick here, little pick there. Just wearing you down, wearing you in. People breaking fences, people friggin' threatening you, friggin' things going to shit. The fucking loonies from Arkham just fucking everywhere, just going fucking nuts. Because no one can keep them in the fucking jail, and the jail's a fucking shithole. Like it shouldn't be. We do not have a just society. But because we don't have a just society, we have a corrupt value system. Whatever value system you could friggin' take from that, I'm not for authoritarianism on value systems either. I'm not a social conservative. I don't believe in putting culture into law. That's why I frigging agree with some things in practice that I don't believe in principle. Like gay marriage or something, because I don't believe there should be laws limiting gay marriage, but I also believe you shouldn't be sued because you don't want to be a friggin' contractor or a photographer at some friggin' lesbian friggin' thing because you're a Christian, and I'm an atheist. So, and it's ridiculous all the way down the line. Completely ridiculous. And frankly, I'm not sad for it. I'm not apologetic for it. I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to think. I'm willing to freaking calm down and try to listen with a clear head, because it is important that justice, freedom, and liberty out and in. And if it turns out that freaking on an unbiased thing that friggin' Zimmerman walked up and pushed him or something, or friggin' he was just looking for a problem because Trey was just walking to the store and back, then fine. But I only gave that thing to give an honest assessment of friggin' what probably could realistically be a friggin' window friggin' burglar friggin' looking for an opportunistic crime. And you don't need screwdrivers and stuff like that. You don't want them on you. You want to be able to case and walk around. And like that part, freaking walking in the rain, looking like he was high. You lounge around, freaking you peek around, you look, you see what you can see, and then freaking you look around to see if there's nobody watching you, and then you freaking jump the fence and you freaking go in. You case the place. And I don't think that's unreasonable or kicking somebody when they're dead. He's dead because he probably jumped Zimmerman, like you heard on the 911 tape, to freaking knock him around and get around so he could run off without being detained or freaking questioned by the police whenever they fucking got there, to freaking hightail it back to his house. And they are the same damn picture, frigging pyro. I don't know what you're listening to. The radio is not talking back to you, but I think the pictures are. No, I shouldn't say shit like that. I don't know. It's not a personal thing. It's just a frustrating goddamn shit of seeing so much shit slouched to Bethlehem so many fucking times, seeing people frigging, tweaking ass motherfuckers frigging get the friggin' 911. They got all the way back to me to see people friggin', catch somebody when they went to jail and friggin' see a whole horde of people just piling out of a friggin' back room with stuff, just macking everything that isn't friggin' nailed down. I can't leave my friggin' goddamn fucking tools from the friggin' sidewalk for 2 minutes without pressure washers, lawnmowers, everything else that isn't fucking grabbable or snatchable friggin' gone. Friggin' caught people on my friggin' webcam. I got stuck in my window. Friggin' pilfering through my damn mail because the fucking goddamn fucking mailman will not frigging shove it all the way through on a locked mailbox. So here's some guy looking through my goddamn fucking mail, and black guy, sitting there friggin' right in front of my goddamn house with friggin' Mexicans parked everywhere because I'm living in Hispanic beauty, playing soccer and stuff, and they're just all like, 5 feet from him is the goddamn friggin' guy with the friggin' truck with friggin' oranges and goddamn friggin' cotton candy that's 10 years old, and friggin' some kind of ice cream or burritos or some shit in the friggin' little thing on the bike that has the friggin' thing on the front. He's walking over, pulling out my mail, looking at my mail, walks over, sits on his goddamn car, and then friggin' hides it behind him when the goddamn cop rides by. The cop rides by, talks to him for a second, he's just like, oh, friggin' I'm watching this all going on clip, on clip, on clip, and then he friggin' goes by. Would you like to talk about the people that friggin' shot at me with this goddamn friggin' roof of the friggin' school across my street? The occasional person every once or twice a friggin' year gets blown away in this goddamn fucking neighborhood. Or the friggin' whirlybirds every night. Don't tell me about bullshit and fucking expect me to believe it like it's a goddamn friggin' fucking bouquet. It's fucking petunias. It's just, I could see why friggin' what's his name, friggin' the guy from friggin' the guy that goes what's next, what next, says that shit because it's friggin' outrageous. My friggin' the friggin' neighbor, or the friggin' when the guy I went to high school, who friggin' lived in Oak Park, friggin' went over, friggin' he went out of friggin' state because he got a friggin' basketball scholarship, left all this bull crap behind, friggin' bought out the friggin' black neighborhood, friggin' let the friggin' properties friggin' dilapidate, till everyone friggin' moved out to a friggin' another block, and then he sold them all at a high price before the market went out to friggin' the goddamn friggin' stupid friggin' friggin' law school. Now it's all friggin' beautified, and friggin' the properties are crap, and he's friggin' the mayor. While I'm sitting here friggin' on the old homestead, watching the place fall around my place. The place fall around my ears because friggin' we couldn't friggin' make anything out of anything because the friggin' they'd rob you blind. 3 pressure washers, friggin' 2 stereos, friggin' how many friggin' tools, a lawnmower, and friggin' 2 weed eaters, 10 bikes, and friggin' goddamn friggin' held up at gunpoint 3 times, and friggin' 2 people tried to snatch my bike from me, and friggin' an strong-armed robbery. Don't tell me about the friggin' hood, homie! I live there! Shit! Go back to Hawaii and surf or something, man. Damn, this shit pisses me off to hell. You don't know me. You don't know. Do I got a problem? Yeah, I got a problem. I lived in the motherfucking hood. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Fucking down with the fucking menace of the hoods. I don't know them. I went to freaking elementary school with them. And I can't even talk about the shit because it's too fucking dangerous. Shit, tell me you don't freaking know. Goddamn, I'm Scotland. I know. Fucking, I wish I was like my uncle, friggin' Skullbuster McKnight. That's friggin' some justice right there. Bah!